day in Los Angeles. I'm continuing my earlier podcast where I was describing every method that the American government is using to torture me in order to once again explain to people how important public health is. Specifically, the idea of removing stress from your life. See, the more they stress a person out, the lower their immune response is. Yeah. I wish I was a regular person that didn't study medicine, but apparently that's just not the case. The stress creates a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol just drains your adrenal glands, drains your will to live. So, what can I do? What can I do? I can stand up for myself. I can spot patterns that are bad for my health. If you see that a woman is constantly putting her cart in the way so you have to walk by her, say something. Always ask for more space. If they don't want to give it, they don't want to give it. But here was a situation where they gave me a faulty room in order to drag me out of the room so that they can force women on me. But either way, she just wanted to help. But I have PTSD, so everything she does is a fucking affront to me. I had to take public transportation again, even after just the upset of the fucking day. And I have to put the seat up in order to give more room for my service animal because my service animal wanted some more room. And, the bus driver had a point. If you just put the seat up, there's more rooms. So I was trying to feel underneath there and I couldn't feel it. She put me in the right direction and that was that. I don't have a problem talking to females after being sexually assaulted and sexually abused by them if it is a short conversation about something pertinent and business. I want to make that fucking clear because earlier I was on the bus and I believe I described it. I'm trying to sit quietly with my dogs. And this woman just wanted to talk to me about my dogs, would not shut the fuck up. Can you imagine a fucking 15 to 20-minute ride of someone talking about your dogs and you just want to say, I just want to sit in quiet? Something about small towns just makes the mind unravel. These people are desperate for fucking conversation. I get on the bus again. This time, it's a bunch of dudes, bros, junkies. Let's call it what it is. This is where I'm gonna be as racist as fucking possible in this fucking statement. I'm gonna be racist as fucking possible, but okay. I moved to Washington out of California because I was sick and tired of being in the fucking ghetto and having to deal with ghetto people. And here, it's people of color are very accepted here. It's wonderful. But this is the fucking area where white people just said, we do drugs here. They do drugs everywhere. White people do drugs, but so do everybody else. But this town in particular, or maybe it's just the West Coast, I think it's a West Coast thing. Not only do they do the drugs, they talk about it in such fucking reverence. You would thought they were talking about religious scripture. Oh my god, the way these two were going back and forth about, oh, I like cocaine and, I like meth and blah, 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 blah. And then the bus driver's like, you know what? You're saying the F word way too many times. Fuck the F bombs. Don't use F bombs. I'm like, and talking about meth and how cocaine is fun is any different? I had to admit that did make me chuckle. It made me chuckle a little that out of all the things, it was the adverb that they were using and not the subject matter of how wonderful drugs are. I'm all for psychedelics. I don't know what went wrong with Caucasian people. I'm picking on you. I'm picking on you, Caucasian people, because there was a time when you did psychedelics and you saw that as sacred. And even something like brewing was science and magic. But what I witnessed on that bus, the poor guy, poor junkie, who all he wanted to do was just have someone cool acknowledge his presence. I I hate that. I fucking hate that because yeah, I'm a disabled veteran, but every once in a while I put myself together and I make myself look nice cuz I deserve to look nice. I was sexually abused and sexually assaulted by Americans. They don't get to fucking dictate my fashion sense. But either way, poor guy just wanted me to say hello or talk to him for like 2 seconds. I have PTSD, so I couldn't give that. Sorry, it's just not within me. It's not within me to do that. I was exhausted. He was exhausted. I just. Today was beyond draining, just beyond draining because I realize this has been nearly 10 years, 10 years of continued psychological torture by the American government. Do they have a purpose? Is it completely random? Is it for the betterment of, I guess, the country? Yes, of course it is. I mean, these are very patriotic Americans. These are very patriotic Americans, but could they take their patriotism and not shove it up their ass, but could they take their patriotism, their love of the country, and I don't know, maybe instead of harassing me? you to a place of some safety. I get that. I get that. I 100% get that. After experiencing Oregon and parts of Washington, I see the beauty here. I see it. It is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning here. It is wonderful. It is wonderful to be cold and wet and rained upon. It is wonderful to walk in mud. I love this. I just don't like people. After being sexually abused, sexually assaulted, and then just creeped out by women putting their arm around me and always trying to fucking lunge forward to try and talk to me like fucking vampires. Now I know I've got two giant, adorable lightning rods with my service animals, but they're always working. So I just don't have time for idle chit chat. But these people in this town, they cannot resist because I guess I'm the only new person that has probably come to this town in fucking months, if not years. Like, really new person. And it doesn't help the fact that I literally cast magic in the street. So there's that. Like, the first, I guess, semi recorded. I mean, you're always being recorded, so I guess it's the first documented case of magic, but it's not that new. And if you lived in the United Kingdom or Europe or pretty much anywhere that isn't America, you would see this happen. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Americans that, they think magic is on the screen, but you know, real magic is still there. Or so I have proven. How funny it is that I live my life as this scientist, this engineer, but then I do magic. Tapping into some weird quantum mechanics there, but oh well, that is my life. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I had physical strain today, physical strain, emotional strain. And it just never lets up. It never lets up. Had to deal with that fucking awful woman on the bus who would not shut the fuck up, sit in peace. And then I finally get to talk to an attractive man for like 2 seconds. It wasn't gonna fucking go anywhere, but I was able to talk to an attractive man for fucking 2 seconds. Oh, well, your plumbing's out, so we got to send a who's the worst plumber ever and just ruin your fucking day. And I can't get over that too. Like, what a fucking cock blocker. Like, I could have at least just had someone I could maybe say good morning to. Not in a fucking sexual way, because I just just too much. I've at least said good morning and let that be that. But no, they fucking attacked the fucking pipes in the room they gave me. So just soured everything because now I'm that bitchy person who wouldn't want to sleep in the middle of a flood. I'm that bitchy person who said, "Bitch, the fucking pipes." I said it flooded. Where the fuck do you think the pipes are? This woman's looking under the fucking cover. Where do you think a flood is? The worst fucking transgender plumber I've ever fucking had to deal with. I'm upset as an LGBTQ person because if you are living that life, because honestly, hopping off that bus today for the last bus, there was a non-binary transgender person just waiting there. Just I love the West Coast. This is such fucking bullshit. But yeah, just a transgender, like non-binary white person just floating right there. Right there. But that person is just a fucking gypsy. That's it. That's it. It's like you're not going to expect anything from that person. But this person is on fucking payroll and could not even get a wrench and just fix it. Fix it. Like honestly, at this point, like I'm just not gonna be able to make any friends. Like I really I can't do it. I'm just too traumatized. I'm too fucking angry. And yeah, I'm just too fucking offended because LGBTQ people do not get what is going on with the world. Like I look at them sometimes and I just say, you're just out of touch. You're completely out of touch. Like, number one, you don't understand that even acceptance that you think you have the gay best friend who's there for you, who listens. You have the coworkers who think all your stories are wild and crazy about your sex life. None of them care about you. None of them care. You're on your own with it. The least you could do is just be your best. That's all. Just be your best. And whatever it is you fucking do, because you may not have the support of strangers, but at least you'd have your honor. I don't know. I expect way too much from America. Human help. Where have you been? We haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing all right? What have you been eating lately? I'm worried that you have become a perpetual victim. Do you have? Um, yeah, human help. That is a fair statement. What have you been eating lately? I eat Asian food. I eat Asian food because I'm so fucking traumatized. I had to tell the person, I'm gonna need the blackout curtains. I'm gonna need the blackout curtains because I cannot deal with the overstimulation that your country puts me through. And then I overstimulate myself with the blue light from every fucking screen that I use. I had to ask for blackout curtains. because I cannot take it anymore. I need a fucking dark space that I can trust. And as far as being a perpetual victim, there is mm, two ways out of this. Two ways. Either I find a place of my own, or I abandon the Americans for Europe, like I should have. At this point, I could have abandoned them for Australia, Oceania in general. I could go to Tasmania. I could go to New Zealand. I could go anywhere. And I'm sorry that, that's what my channel is. But that's what I deal with. I would love to podcast and just say, we're going to play some video games, or here's a funny thing that happened today, or cute dog videos. I don't know, anything but complain about some woman put her cart in front of me and I felt afraid. Nobody wants to hear that. But that is the reality when you have PTSD from military sexual trauma. It's not just you relive the same trauma, it's you're always going to be in situations that remind you of it, remind you of how innocent you were when America proved that it has no scruples, just no sense of dignity. Would I be enjoying the life I have right now without it? No, absolutely not. But the level of stress that I have to fucking deal with every fucking day, you wouldn't want that. You really wouldn't want that. And as I said, I used to be able to go to gay bars. I used to be able to go on dates. Now I don't want to try. I don't want to try. I'm so hurt. I'm so I'm so hurt right now and exhausted. So that's where things are. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Just I've had enough. This is why the United Nations were contacted, because the American government thinks it can use psychological torture against its citizens without actually doing something about the state of the country. Their mindset is, well, there's crime here. We're trying to get you away from where crime is. We're trying to keep you safe. My logic is, you're spending a lot of time trying to push me in another direction as opposed to just opening the path to everyone and everywhere. That is the future. That is a future I want to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of, yeah, I guess I got shoved into this corner and I was supposed to like it. That's not what I want. What I want is America to say our villages, our towns need community outreach. They need recycling programs. They need good, decent people to speak up and say, trees are kind of important. They're our lungs. My name is Ian Iliona. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist, a mutant, a werewolf. Oh, I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. It's not going away. It's not getting better. It's something I live with every day. I hope to see you on the next podcast.